What's up, gamers? Here we have a Nintendo DS Lite that has a bad touchscreen. It looks really nice, but it doesn't work as it should. Let me show you how. So first and foremost, with this bad touchscreen, when I go to test it, I click over there, I click over here, click over here. It's pretty accurate. Actually, it's 100% accurate, but look what's happening with that when I drag it like that. It's spotted. Sensitivity is bad. The only way to fix this is, unfortunately, to just replace the whole thing. So that's what we'll be doing here today. We have a digitizer here. It's got adhesive already on here, so all we got to do is peel up this, and then apply. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. It'll make the touchscreen look brand new, of course. It's really nice. And all of these third-party digitizers I purchased from AliExpress. They're super high quality, honestly. They're really great. I highly recommend them. Actually, for realsies. So the first thing that we're going to do, we are going to disassemble the device. So with some stabby boys, we're going to stab these rubber pads here. Set them off to the side. And we need a Phillips screwdriver and a Y screwdriver to open the device. I like to use the battery compartment as a sorter thingy, I guess, to keep all of the screws. So we got our 4 Phillips head screws here. And then our 4 Y screws here. Alright, once all our screws are out, I like to hold the DS sideways. Pry these 2 pieces just like that, and I like to get my fingernails in here. And I slide along this piece, and it'll just lift up. These are typically pretty dirty. As we can see right here, on that edge, that's pretty dang dirty. The dirt usually goes all along, so I'm going to get that cleaned up. We're going to make this DS look nice and new as possible. Gonna pop the shoulder buttons out, just grab them like this, pull them up, and then hold the spring and the rod so that they don't fall out. Sometimes this rod doesn't come out, but if you held it in the spring like this, then you should be able to just put the rod back in place. Just like so. Let's get this one last Phillips screw out for the motherboard. And that's all the screws we need to undo for now. So now, I pry up this Wi-Fi chip, pry up this mic chip, and then for the digitizer, be very gentle with this. It can break pretty dang easily. I typically just use my fingernail, but for demonstrations, I'm going to use my pointy boy and just very gently pry it up. You don't need to pull out the cable just yet. Pry out the motherboard by putting your fingers on the screen and then just pushing up, and be gentle because you don't want this cable to get stretched. So now I like to use my thumbnail for this. I get it underneath the bottom LCD's clip, and it'll undo. You don't need to be as gentle with this one as you do with the digitizer. And then when you pry this out, this cable should just come out pretty easily because we already opened up the clip on the other side, and then just pull out. So now that's all we'll be doing with the console itself. So now we got this. So first and foremost, we got to get this pink border off of here. Every DS color border will be on here, so you got to undo that. So get your spudger or plastic pry tool and just run it along there. Sometimes they come off easily, but this one is definitely not. You see it's wanting to pry up the first layer of the digitizer. That's pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. Just have to yank it. These do like to bend, and if they get bent, and if there's a crease, then the crease will always be visible in the future, even if you bend it back, so just be careful. Try not to bend it too harshly. But okay, this is out. It's still good and sticky, so we can set it off to the side for reassembly. So now, we gotta get the digitizer off, so get our plastic pry tool. I like to start at this corner here. Just get it in there. And I like to make sure the adhesive is all sticking to the digitizer itself. It makes reassembly easier. So this is the trickiest part right down here, but it's still coming, which is nice. Just keep on prying away. Okay, now once you got those 2 sides, you should be a-okay to just pull it just like that. So now this is our LCD, our good LCD, our bad digitizer. I'm going to keep them together for now so the dust does not get on the LCD. So now, let's bring our console back over here as a guide. We're going to peel the top part of the digitizer, this layer right here, because it does not matter, it's just the top layer, so you can peel that one. This layer right here is the one that reveals the adhesive. So now we're going to peel it. You're going to set it in place against these 4 prongs, whatever you want to call them. You want to go as fast, but as careful as possible here so the dust doesn't get inside. If you're trying to go too fast, then you can make a mistake, and then you'll have to go back, and then dust will inevitably get inside. That wouldn't be good. So now we can come over here, pour out the digitizer on the LCD. So here we can see there's a few dust particles. We don't want no dust on the inside of our DS, so I'm gonna very, very, very gently take my cloth and run over the screen to try to get rid of all of those dust particles. We look good, so now set it in place, just like that, and now you can lift up immediately with the digitizer cable, and if this metal line here is completely straight, then you're good. You're good to go. It's gonna be straight, it's gonna look good, and it is, so good. So now we can get our bottom LCD cable installed. Close that flap. Bring it on around just like this. I like to look right here and right here. This will be lined up perfectly because the cable's right there, so you need to make sure that the bottom screen is obtruding out of the motherboard around that same length around here. So not like that, not like that, but like that. That helps to line up the digitizer cable over on this side to make it install easier. These cables are very fragile, so you want to make sure that you're doing it as good as possible. So just put it in there. Once it slides in, you can close the digitizer flap with your thumbnail just like that, and you'll hear and feel it snap shut on the digitizer cable. So now, with this mic cable here, you want it to be in the track, so if you can, try to put it there in its track. Close the board, just like that. The mic cable should be in this slot, around that slot, so that's perfect right there. Plug her back in. Then you can plug the Wi-Fi chip back in. And you can get these 2 screws for the motherboard back in. Alrighty, so now we can get the shoulder buttons back in, so grab them by the rods again. You can put the rod in, keep the DS this way, put the rod in its place, and then put the spring in its place right in there. Should just go right in if you do it this way. Pretty simple. Do the same thing for this one. Just put the rod in place, hold the spring in place, and then bring her around, just like that. Make sure this volume switch is all the way to the right, close to the edge of the board, like that. And then when you're flipping this guy around, make sure that this volume slider is also all the way to the right, and make sure the power switch is all the way down. That's very important for reassembly. If the power switch is up, or if the volume switch is up, and you clamp it down, the power switch can very easily break, and same for the volume, but the power switch is really, really sensitive. It breaks really easy. So now we can put this bottom plate on like this. Snap. It might be resistant to go on in these 2 areas, but just use some force. You know, you can use a lot of force to put that on there, and then it'll snap on. Now at this point, if you'd like, after putting this screw in, you can get the battery in and test it, but I'm just going to continue with reassembly for now. Alright, so we're all back together, but I'm gonna give it a bit of a cleaning first. It's pretty dirty around the shoulder buttons and on the button rubbers right there, so there's also a couple of dirty marks up here. So let's get this cleaned off real quick. Alright, it's looking much better. Let's get it opened up. Powered up. So that's really quickly, just make sure it registers. And we can see it does. No more rapid fire. If we hold down, then it holds it down too. That's excellent. Let's get our border. I like to line it up on this corner, and then on this corner, and then it's pretty much straight, so you can just set it in place. And then just push it on just like that. And then you're good to go. After that, go right here, and we're going to calibrate it. Make sure it works. Perfect. So now this digitizer is working amazing. Let's go into PictoChat again, just to confirm. So now no matter where I drag this, it doesn't let up. That's perfect. It is 100% accurate. That is exactly what you want. And that is why I honestly do recommend these aftermarket digitizers from AliExpress. They are excellent. And we can also see there's pretty much no dust particles in this thing. There might be one really small one that's really hard to see, but that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions at all, just leave them down in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Subscribe if you enjoyed for more. Thanks.